What is up, amigos? Hope you're doing awesome. There are some deaths that shake us, not just for how or when they happened, but because of who we lost. June 14, 2020, exactly 5 years ago, we lost Sushant Singh Rajput, a young man who wasn't just an actor. He was a dreamer, a thinker, a curious soul with stars in his eyes and depth in his words. 5 years later, the pain still lingers because it wasn't just a tragedy. It became a circus, a media storm, a political tool, a social media battleground, and somewhere in that noise, the human being was forgotten. This video is not to feed theories. This is to remember Sushant, his life, his work, his spirit, and also to call out the media and what they turned his death into. Because some truths need to be remembered even when the headlines move on. So Sushant was born in Patna, a small town boy with big dreams. He lost his mother at a young age, and that loss shaped a lot of his inner world. He was brilliant in studies, a topper, a national level physics Olympiad winner, and he even got into Delhi College of Engineering, one of the top colleges in India. But his heart wasn't in engineering. His heart was in performance, creativity, and stories. He joined dance classes, he did theatre, he shifted to Mumbai, he took a huge risk, leaving a stable engineering path for the uncertain world of acting. That risk paid off, but more than that, it showed how determined he was to live life on his own terms. Now, most of us saw Sushant as Manav in Pavitra Rishta. He wasn't your typical hero. He was real, he was charming, understated, and incredibly likable. He wasn't just acting, he was connecting. But Sushant didn't settle. Even when he was at the top in TV, he left it all to try for films. No godfather, no backup plan, just strong belief. And soon we saw him shine, absolutely shine in Kai Poche, a breakout performance, a film that balanced emotion and friendship. Then came Shuddha Desi Romance, Detective Vyomkesh Pakshi, Kedarnath, Chhichhore, and of course, the epic MS Dhoni The Untold Story. Each role was different, each one honest. He didn't play characters, he became them, and that's why people connected with him. But Sushant was more than just his films. He was into astronomy. He owned a telescope to see Saturn's rings. He read about quantum physics and black holes. He loved poetry, music, and philosophy. He had a list of 50 dreams, things like learning to fly, teaching coding to kids, and visiting CERN. He wasn't chasing fame, he was chasing growth. He once said, and I quote, "I want to be known for what I do, not for what I wear or where I party." In a world full of filters and PR, Sushant was different, and that's what made him special. But on June 14, 2020, Sushant was found dead in his Mumbai apartment. No note, no warning, just silence. The initial reports confirmed suicide, but within hours the story changed. TV channels started running wild theories. News anchors shouted into the mics. Channels blamed his girlfriend. WhatsApp chats were leaked. Photos were shown. Depression was mocked. It stopped being about Sushant. It became about views and ratings. The media didn't mourn, they hunted. They didn't investigate, they entertained. And we, the audience, kept watching. Let's say it clearly today. The media failed. Big time. They hounded Riya Chakrabarti day and night. They played judge, jury, and executioner. They ran hashtags like arrest Riya without any proof. Some even accused her of witchcraft, poisoning, black magic. It was disgusting. It was inhuman. The same channels that ignored mental health for years suddenly became experts. They said he looked happy, he can't be depressed. They said real men don't die by suicide. What nonsense, what damage. They turned a tragedy into a TRP race, and in doing so they hurt not just Sushant's memory but thousands who were silently suffering. Meanwhile, fans across India and the world were heartbroken. They wanted answers, they wanted justice. The hashtag Justice for SSR took over social media, and yes, some of it was genuine. It came from love, but slowly even that movement turned ugly. Troll armies, conspiracy theories, targeting actors who spoke about mental health. Some people wanted justice, but some just wanted a villain to blame. A few fans even took their own lives in grief. That's how deeply Sushant had touched people. It was no longer about truth It became about revenge, and in that chaos, the real conversation about mental health, pressure, and kindness completely got lost. After the Mumbai police, Bihar police, ED, NCB, and finally CBI got involved, the case became national news for months. Ria was arrested for a small quantity of marijuana, but nothing was found about murder. The CBI took its time. It was thorough. It recreated the scene. It consulted experts. And in March 2025, just a few months ago, the CBI finally submitted its closure report. Their conclusion: no foul play, no murder, no abetment. Sushant Singh Rajput died by suicide. This wasn't what some people wanted to hear, but it was the truth based on facts, not YouTube videos or TV shouting matches. Justice doesn't mean finding someone to punish. Justice means finding the truth, even if it hurts. Sushant was a rare soul, smart, sensitive, passionate, curious, generous. He inspired thousands of young Indians not just to act, but to dream. He showed that you can love science and cinema at the same time, that you can be kind and strong at the same time, that it can be deep and also fun. He didn't fit the typical Bollywood mold, and maybe that's why we loved him more. Let's not reduce him to just a case file or hashtag. Let's remember the boy who looked at the stars and said, "I want to know how that works." The man who danced with joy, who taught us the value of dreams. 5 years have passed, the headlines have faded, the news has slowed, but the ache still remains. We may never fully understand why, but we can choose to remember how he lived. By being kind, by chasing our dreams, by supporting those who are silently suffering, and by never letting the media turn a human life into a breaking news circus again. So I just want to say in the end, rest in peace, brother Sushant. You are missed, you are remembered, and you are loved. Thank you. Bye-bye.